Hi, it's Jenny from A Stamping Journey. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Wollongong, just south of Sydney, Australia. Thanks for joining me. Today's card is a corner pop-out card, or an angled pop-out card, some people call it. I've seen these around a little bit recently and I really wanted to have a go. So I thought you might like to see it too. And it's not as hard as it looks. So I'm going to go through step by step and show you how. Just a reminder that all the products you see are available in my store. If you're in Australia, I'd love to help you source some of these great products. So for the card that you'll need, it'll be a standard size card base. So 14.8 by 21 centimeters, scored at 10.5, or 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, scored at 4 1/4. I'll go through and tell you the measurements as I go along. Don't stress too much to try and remember them all. I will post them on my blog, and so that link will be in the description or in the comments on if you're watching it on Facebook. For the imperial measurements, I've taken those from a card, the corner pop-out card by Jan B Cards that she shared recently. What you'll also need along with your card base are 2 pieces of white card. The outside card will be 10.1 centimeters by 14.4 centimeters, or 4 inches by 5 1/4. The inside white card would be 9.7 by 14 centimeters, or 4 inches by 5 1/4. You'll need 2 pieces of designer series paper. You can choose whatever you'd like. The outside piece is 9.7 by 14 centimeters, or 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. The inside piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4, or 9.7 by 14 centimeters. You'll also need some white card for stamping. So let's get started. I wanted to firstly show you how to mark your card. Now, some cards that I've been looking with this fold have created a template. So you can do that if you're searching around for this card, but I wanted to show you a simple way of doing it. So I have just got my old trusty ruler and pencil, and I've gone along and marked it at 5 centimeters or 2 inches. Just put a pencil mark there. Then just turn your card, and I've also measured it 5 centimeters or 2 inches up this way, 5 centimeters, 2 inches that way. So you've got a good pencil mark to follow along. So once you've made those marks, you can just then use your ruler and your bone folder and just mark, run it along back and forward across there. Then do it the other side as well. I find this easier doing it this way than actually using your paper trimmer. The bone folder can give you a much more crisper scoring. So just, you can grab your eraser and rub those marks out so you don't see them. Now for the folding. Just fold it as your standard card base. With these marks, just fold that on your angled score there. Fold that along. Then just give it a gentle fold. Fold that way. And then you can crisp up those folded lines. Just run your bone folder on it to crisp them up. Burnish the folds. That's what the technical term is. Now we'll get our pieces of paper, your inside piece and your outside piece. You're going to do the same mark. So going along here, 5 centimeters, another 5 centimeters there, and on your inside piece, this time, remember to mark it down the bottom because it's actually going to be inside this way. So you'll want to cut the bottom left corner. So mark this the same. Now just grab your paper trimmer and trim those up. Position those marks in that track. I'm going to put that one there, just wiggle it around a little. Once you're happy with that, you're going to cut that off. And you'll cut this one off too. I've done that on the green leaf, so it's a bit hard to see, but you can just find that mark and give that a jiggle. Now, you don't need to save this corner piece, but you will want to save that one that you used. Let's get rid of this now. So we have our die cut paper pieces. We need to do the same with our white pieces now. Just remember which one, the smaller one will be on the inside. But both of these will be marked at the top, in the top left corner. The same 5 centimeters there. You can mark these both at the same time, and I should have done that. I wasn't thinking straight about it, but just mark them both and then you can cut the paper and the card at the same time while you have the trimmer out. So we'll do that again, that's okay. Line that card up. Keep these pieces together. Now we can get our trimmer out of the way properly. So once again, just rub these marks off too. Just keep your pieces together. So now we'll bring our card back in. We're going to assemble it all now. So we're going to put our outside pieces and our inside pieces inside. So just check which piece is which before you start sticking down. It's our outside piece, and you can line it up that way. So we'll adhere those together. Position that on your card front, if you like. Just open that out so it can be flattened. Slide that into position. Now the same inside, you're going to glue this inside. I like using the multi-purpose glue because it just enables you to give that little bit of a wiggle of your card into position. So you can just check that that is positioned right. that it fits right rather. Stick that down. And the same for our top piece there. Isn't it pretty paper? So you have room to write on there, and we'll decorate that in a moment. Now, I've used the ladybugs and the pansy paper to decorate mine. You can choose to decorate however you like. But I wanted to show you some tips when I've been stamping the ladybug and with the paper as well. So let's check that out. So for our ladybug, we've got two little ladybugs here. I found that I didn't get a very crisp stamping with the body of the ladybug. So I found using the Stamparatus so much better. Sorry about my hands in front of there. So I'm just going to ink that up. I need two ladybugs. So I'm just putting my, I'll just get that into position. I'd already stuck my ladybug on there. Just give it a little, put those magnets on there. Now I use a stamp pad. I don't think you'll be able to see that there, but I've actually stuck a stamp pad, an ink pad underneath the plate. So when I'm actually inking it up, I'll slide it down so you can see it. Sliding around everywhere here. It just gives you that bit of support. So hopefully you can see that okay. Give it a tap. I'm using the Memento Black. Go round and round with that. And you can press that down. Now we need to slide that back. I'm not quite in position well here, am I? Give that a bit of a stamp. Now, see how it's all blotchy? So I can stamp that again, just the same way as I was doing it. I won't move the Stamparatus this time. I'm just doing the same thing, inking it around, giving that a good press. I just found that so much better to get a crisper stamp. And it's great because it goes in the same position. So that's one of our ladybugs. We'll just move that out and we'll stamp a second one too. Okay, so now we have stamped our two bodies. I've just stamped two wings, one in Calypso Coral, one in Bumblebee. We can add the little dots. So to do that, just ink up those black dots that's in the Hello Ladybug stamp set. And it's great that the clear block, you can see through that and ink up those little dots on his wings. You can have orange and yellow ladybugs. I actually really love seeing yellow ladybugs. Not very common, but it's always so nice. Let's punch those out with the Ladybug Builder Punch. So you can just slide that in, position that, give that a good punch out. Also punch out the body, so you can just slide that in. It's great being able to see where to go. If you find the paper is just and you're not getting that angle, just give it a bit of a trim up. Now we can assemble our little ladybugs. Just add a little bit of adhesive on the back of his wings. We'll let those dry, and I just wanted to show you these flowers that I have created. Let's have a look at them inside. I have actually cut those from the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper, and I've just layered them a bit. So if I bring them in, so I have cut them out, and what I've done is just with scissors cut off part of this larger flower. So just follow the lines around. Do the same with one of these papaya flowers. A bit like the old paper towel. Does anyone do paper towel anymore? It's just layering the same images on top of each other to build that depth. Then you can just adhere, well, I've actually used rather, not the Tombow, the dimensionals. What am I doing? Add just 1 or 2 dimensionals to the back. The same with the larger pink one. See how you get that depth on it. And then just stick one of these leaves. I cut the leaf off a different print from the Pansy Petals paper. And this papaya flower, I've just left it singles. Yeah. So you can see I've just glued that down. I haven't used dimensionals to stick those down on the fold because you don't want to add too much depth. It's hard to close then. So just having the dimensionals on that part will give it enough lift. Then I've raised that part. I've stamped the little dots that's in the Hello Ladybug stamp set. To finish off the card at the front, I have just added those ladybugs there, added a leaf, a stitched leaf from the Pierced Blooms dies. I've just cut that with vellum, and the sentiment is from the Art Gallery stamp set. So a simple embellishment because the paper is so pretty. So what do you think? I hope you follow along and create your own one. Let me know how you found it. If you're on YouTube, give it a thumbs up if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you're on Facebook, give it a like, give it a share, and I look forward to seeing you with another project very soon. Have a great day. Bye.